Hello, music lovers! Cat with Hats here at the Tollwood Festival in Munich. Tonight the band Beirut is performing here, and I have a date with their drummer, Nick Petree.
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 But yes.
Petree.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Nick is in the band from the very beginning, 2006.
Yep.
And he loves to make people dance with his grooves.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Since the Beirut's debut at South by Southwest,
Yep.
I think.
Yes,
They
right.
toured the world numerous times.
Yeah,
And stopped at very big TV shows like Conan and The Late Show, and
yeah.
Tonight Show.
The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and Jimmy Fallon, and yeah.
Right. And yeah, Nick is a minimalistic drummer.
Absolutely, yes.
Even though he digs heavy metal drums.
That too, yeah.
And you should check out his drum set and listen carefully to his drum beats. They are very musical and fit the songs perfectly. Yes, and if we are lucky, Nick is gonna take us to his drum set and show us some grooves.
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Then let's do that. But while we go there, you can get to know Nick better in a short profile. So, see you soon.
My name is Nick Petree. I am 35 years old, 36 actually. I was born in Oklahoma. Grew up in New Mexico though since I was 2 years old in Taos, and now I still live in New Mexico half time and then in Brooklyn, New York other part of the time. I'm endorsed by CNC. Lars Ulrich. Lars Ulrich from Metallica, but basically I just always loved banging on stuff and making noise and making sounds, and I used to play harmonica when I was a little kid, but then one day me and my friends were talking about starting a band, and they were just grabbing stuff randomly, and I was like, I want to play drums, and asked my dad. He bought me a cheap drum kit for Christmas, and I just fell in love and couldn't stop. A student. I always took lessons from a private teacher since I was 14 years old, and then I went to college at this liberal arts school in New Mexico, Santa Fe. No, it was music. It was either I'd be playing in a band that was, my goal was to play in a band that would tour and a band that I really loved playing with, or I would just be playing in bars and whatever gigs I could get. The first record I bought was Nirvana's Nevermind. Ooh, the last record I bought, what was the last record I bought? It was a used CD of the Stooges' Funhouse. I draw inspiration from many different things, from many different styles of music, from movies. I love movies. That's a good question. And I don't know, as many different things as possible, whether it's hiking or breathing or vegging on the couch, you know what I mean by vegging? You know what I mean. And from friends and from family. I find there's many different things that are inspiring, even all emotions, whether it's anger, frustration, happiness. I feel all of that can be utilized in an inspirational way. Music to check out. That's a very good question. I would check out Dirty Projectors. They're great. I'd check out this guy artist Bibio. I always want to answer this question with bands that aren't obvious, And then I think about these bands, and then as soon as I'm asked a question, it's like when I go to the video store and I had a movie in mind, but now I can't remember what it is, who it is, and so I'm drawing a blank on that one, so I'm not going to be very helpful. It's mainly rock, but I studied jazz for a long time too, and metal. But I also love playing reggae grooves as well, and funk grooves. On their new record, Zach wanted more Motown-ish sounds, and so that was really nice to me because I love all those old soul drummers and funk drummers, and that might be my forte the most, either rock or funk. What I'm working on now is kind of just my own projects. I play guitar and I sing as well, so I dabble in singing and songwriting as well when I'm not working with Zach. We are getting ready to work on another record. We've done a couple sessions, and but right now we're in touring cycle, so the sessions are coming along slowly. But in my off time, I just work on my own music and I'm just always practicing drums, trying to become a better drummer. In Beirut, I would say Fener is one of my favorite songs. Yeah. Favorite place on earth? Well, it would be New Mexico.
Home.
Home. It's home, exactly. And it's beautiful. And the food there, I love. The people are amazing. It's 300 days of sunshine a year, and yeah, it's a fantastic place. I do not have a hobby. Do I have a dream? I feel like I'm kind of living my dream. I always wanted to play music with good people and music that I really loved, and I'm doing that, so I can't really dream of anything better. Yeah, I guess my life motto would be to have a sense of humor about everything, if possible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, you have some grooves in mind that you could show us, and you could explain how you came up with them.
Okay, sure. I mean, the first one was just that's off a song called No No No. It's one of the first songs we worked on, and it's just basically a basic bossa nova beat, but with a backbeat instead of the clave on the side stick. And it basically just stays like that the whole time, other than a few little fills here and there. And so yeah, and I just, instead of playing it on the hi-hat, played on the snare. A lot of the songs we play, there's only a few times where there's songs that we play where it's actually like, where I actually use the hi-hat. It's usually, the snare is kind of the main star of the show in my world. It's again, it goes back to when we first started. Zach really wanted it to sound like a marching drum and marching band, and so that's kind of why I always go to the snare first whenever. So this is it. just varies between that, going the side stick to the snare. It's a short song, 2.5 minutes about, so, and that's pretty much that groove.
Okay, cool, thank you.
The next one is this song called So Loud, and that one, it was just, Zach was just playing this song on piano 3, boom, bum, bum, boom, bum, bum, and at first I was trying just like the regular like waltz, that kind of thing.
Is it a 6/8 tune?
Yeah, it's a 6/8, you would say more, yeah. And so, but instead of doing that, originally I started playing a brush on a rack tom in a rehearsal and started doing, I guess it would be, depending on how you broke it up, I guess it would be 8th notes then. Then it moved from the rack into the studio. It didn't really sound that great, so I moved off the brush and put it onto the snare, and so. That's that groove.
I know that. You played that at Conan, didn't you?
Yes, we did. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That one. And then, speaking of 6/8, a lot of the songs off the first record we did were in 6/8. And then the next record, little EP, Elephant Gun, and that's basically, it's just sort of a marching snare drum going on with very just simple bass drum part and a hi-hat. I guess you would say it's on the 2, so it's like. That was on a lot of songs we used to do it. And then another one, it's an old one. It's one of the only songs that was in 4/4 on the first record. And it's called Gulag Orkestar. And it basically, well, I'll just show you.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
One word maybe about your setup.
Yes.
You talked about the bass drum, and well, you don't have a lot of toms to fill around. Yeah?
No, not really. So I don't do a lot of fills, and if I do, it's just a very quick fill. You know?
Okay.
Usually just like a rough on the floor, or something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah. And then these guys, I just use. There's certain songs like this one song, "Scenic World." It's got a bossa nova sort of feel too.
How did you come up with that?
That was actually when Zach started out. He was just doing he was doing recordings in his basement, and he just had an organ that had a drum machine in it, and that was like sort of the bossa nova. So I just tried to emulate that off the machine, and that was the main rhythm and stuff. Yeah, and these guys I had these guys for a while. I've always really loved the way they sounded, the tone, just a little LP, mini timbales, and yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Another one that we use is After the Curtain, and that's yeah. That one.
Good.
Yeah, and all the beats, they very much stay they just stay very uniform as soon as they come in. They're all, Zach really is sort of kind of he comes from the mind frame of an electronic musician, so I just try and think of it as organic drums but put into how they would be sampled. So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's all from us, from Nick, but you can have more of him on 5 Beirut albums,
Yep.
at least.
Yes. Yeah.
I have listed them below, so check that. Or, of course, you could see Beirut and Nick live.
It's true.
Yeah?
You can. Yeah.
I hope I get to see them live tonight.
I hope so too. It might be too hot though.
Oh, so make sure to check out Nick, and don't forget, you don't have to be perfect to succeed.
No, not at all. At all.
Hard work and
Yep.
being
Affluent, affable. Yep, affable is huge. Yes, definitely.
gets you a long way.
Yeah, it does. Especially working with a singer or songwriter. You know, you just if you can get along and you can give them basically what they want, then that goes a long way. Yeah. Because there's guys, you know, I had a teacher tell me that a long time ago. He was a production. He did, you know, Pro Tools and taught me how to record and stuff. And he used to work in LA. And I asked him what a major thing was, and you know, at that time I just was like practicing probably like 4 or 5 hours a day, and I was really stressing and pushing myself to be a good jazz drummer and / metal drummer as well. Yeah, and he was like, yeah, you know, there's some guys though that are like really good session players, and they get work a lot, but they're really kind of jerks or assholes, and it's hard to. They people don't like working with them always. So
I bet.
yeah, so being affable, like you said, can go a long way for sure.
Actually, I didn't make up that sentence. I read it in an interview that you gave.
Oh, well there you go. Okay, I was wondering. I was like, wow, we are on the same page.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah. Okay,
So
cool.
thank you.
Yeah.
And thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.